Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you get to watch this. First, hope you are well, and thank you so much for supporting us at Allsmiles Therapy Center and Training Institute. Hey, we've received so much love, especially on TikTok. Thank you so much. You don't take it for granted. And also in our other, social media platform, LinkedIn, we have Facebook, we have YouTube all over. Thank you so much. Keep on supporting our work. We are a mental health facility, and the much we do is all about your emotional well-being. You, how you think, your feelings, and how you behave. My name is Trizah Kainika. I am a psychologist at Allsmiles Therapy Center and Training Institute, and at the same time, I'm a doctorate student at USIU Africa. And today we are talking about Allsmiles as a training institution. Yes. For those who do not know, we are a training institute. We've been accredited by 𝐊𝐴𝐴𝐻. 𝐊𝐴𝐴𝐻, which means we administer exams by SIDAC. For those who do not know, 𝐊𝐴𝐴𝐻 is a government institution, just like NEC. You know, the way we all did KCSE, KCPE, we went to different primary school, different high school, but we all sat for the same KCSE, KCPE if we did it the same year. So the same applies to 𝐊𝐴𝐴𝐻. So 𝐊𝐴𝐴𝐻 offers all the diplomas and certificates across all the colleges, apart from universities that are already accredited to offer their own in-house diplomas and certificates. The rest, they are all offered by the government. We offer diplomas and certificates in psychology. Apart from that, we offer short courses. And here is the good news. I am sure by now you've seen our title. We are talking of USA trip in 2025. So what are we exactly doing? So this trip is for our students. Please get it right. If you are a client at Allsmiles Therapy Center for our mental health, and by the way, we have Rehabilitation Center. So if you're a client in our rehab or a client in our counseling center, or even an organization, that we serve, you do not qualify for this. So this trip is for our students. If you do not know, have been into the US this year. I visited US in the month of August. I actually stayed there for 6 good weeks. It was a conference where I was presenting, so we got an invite as Allsmiles Therapy Center and Training Institute. And so I carried the flag. I'm the one who did the conference, the presentation. Please visit our YouTube channel, Trizah Kainika, or search for Allsmiles Therapy Center. You'll be able to see, because apart from the conference days, the first 3-4 days of the conference, the rest there, all the trips, getting to explore America, getting to learn more about America, things that America can offer. And I must say this, I was able to explore, rather to visit places that I never thought existed. Why? Because I, just like you, I also know people in America, but I never got to know this part of America. Maybe they never got to visit, or if they do off cameras, because definitely not everyone will use camera. So it was such an encounter, an adventure. However, I know most people, and especially our clients who knew that I was away, they kept on asking, so when is Trizah coming, and what are you bringing us? Well, if you are someone close to me, you definitely must have received something tangible. However, have come with goodies, and the goodies is in form of good news, what I'm sharing today. And this goes to our students. So for all our Allsmiles students at our training institute, and this goes especially for the short course, but everyone qualifies. If you're pursuing certificate and diploma, you will qualify at the end of the coursework. Once you're done with your diploma, once you're done with the certificate, that is, it's in between 1 year to 3 years, depending with what you're taking, and also if you're able to take all the units at a go. So once you're done, that's the only time you qualify for this trip. However, we have a short way to go through for people taking our short course. One thing I say about our mental health first aid course, as a psychologist who currently is pursuing my doctorate degree, if I knew about such a course before, I could have started with this, because I can tell you for sure, the moment you go through the 4 modules, it's a 4-module course. The moment you go through mental health first aid course by Allsmiles, this is a 4-module training for mental health first aiders. I can tell you for sure, you'll have covered everything psychology. You'll have covered everything that you need to know mental health. In fact, If you're out there, you're already a psychologist or a psychology student, I can also recommend that you take up our mental health first aid course, because this training will equip you more. First, it will act as a refresher training. Whatever you've learned in school, we all need to keep on refreshing our skills. And number two, it will also empower you and enrich you with even much more knowledge, given our psychologists, we are not just training, but we also practice. So we are coming even with the practical experiences and all that. And also members of, our students. So as we are talking right now, we are having our module 4 going on. These are, it's a team that started from last year, September, module 1. January, we did module 2. In May, module 3. And this September, we did our module 4, which is the last module. So we are going to have our very first cohort graduating this December. Please don't be left out. Do not be left out. And here now comes the introductory, or the introduction of the trip. So when I was away, we were able to come up with some business partnership. I am sure some of you who have visited Allsmiles, you've been seen by our white psychologist. This is a team of psychologists from Sweden, or Örebro University in Sweden. And so just like we are also having other psychologists coming to Kenya, and actually they've come as tourists to do
Söderström, or Max Söderström, as you would say in Sweden, than where I am from.
And my name is Ara Maruf, and I'm also from Sweden. I'm originally from Gothenburg, which is the second largest city in Sweden.
We've brought Europe to Kenya. It's such a great thing. And so they are able now to come, and I'm sure some of our clients, they've actually been seen, which is a very good thing and a great one, because equally as psychologists, we're also learning from them, learning about multicultural psychology and many other things, So it's such a good blend where we have synergy as a team. So just like you've come here, you've been seen by our international psychologists, it's still the same way we are taking Kenya to the USA. In this case, I'm talking about USA because the partnership we were able to establish, we established good partnership first. I went through APA, American Psychological Association. And at the same time, we were able to establish 3 other partnerships where in this case, we've been offered where we can be taking our students for annual conferences. So these 4, let me call them 4 APA and 3 other partners. So with these 4 partners, what we have, they're different institutions, different organizations, different associations for psychologists, others for psychologists and mental health. So what we established, or what we came up with, is they all run an annual conference for all the psychologists across the globe. So as Allsmiles, we are privileged that we've been given a chance where we can actually be taking our students, or we can be taking our learners also to go and learn with other people across the globe. How cool is that? And who does that? So I was there in August into September, came almost end of September. And why we've not been talking about this is because we really wanted to see how are we able to execute this. We tried, can we just have anyone interested with mental health? They said, no, we just need your learners, because one of the institution is more about research in psychology. So what our mental health first aid course does, it first attracts people who have interest in mental health field. And this could be you. Actually, you person that is going to watch this. Maybe you just cleared Form 4, you do not know where to start. This is a good course for you to get to learn more about mental health, because one thing we say is there is no health without mental health. Whether you want to go and pursue an engineering course, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer and all that, you actually need to know more about the emotional stability. It's for you who is already out there in college. This is something you need. One thing I tell people is mental health is actually a life skill. The way we say, most people, they drive, or rather they've done driving, not because driving is a career, but because it's a life skill. We all need to know how to drive, Whether you are a doctor, you are a judge, you are the president, we all need to know how to drive. The same applies to mental health. So pursuing a mental health first aider will actually help you, and it will complement even the course that you're taking. So this even goes to students who are already pursuing. This goes to you who is working. This goes to you, a community leader. We have 𝐓𝐴𝐴𝐴 leader. We have teachers, even in school, even as you are, walking the journey with students. just have that empathetic position. Just know how to approach them from that point of mental health. This goes to everyone out there, to even our religious leaders, wherever you are. Actually, this is your course. Our mental health first aid course, it's also for you. Many are the times we see couples and you get to know it was never started the right way. And I'm saying this with all due respect. Why? Maybe because the primarito, it was more of the religion perspective, could be the Quran, the Bible, or whichever way, the traditional way, more than actually an emotional stability way, more than how you can engage with these people. Why are you coming into marriage? Why are you having this together as a team? Whether you are a community leader, teachers, everyone, the chief, kila mtu, everyone who is in a leadership position, everyone who is privileged to actually have some influence over some people. This is a course that we all need, our mental health first aid course. Also, this goes even to our work environment. If you are HR in a work, in fact, one thing I say, I am also a HR. My first degree was BCom, Human Resource. And one thing I say is, if you're HR out there, if there is one compliment you can add to your course, to your career, to your practice, is taking up a mental health first aid program. Because you will be able to view things from a different perspective. But hey, we are not talking psychological things here. I am here to tell you about our mental health first aid program that we are now opening up. We've said the last cohort, they are finishing this December. So what we've done, we had a request, other than running a cohort, because they only do this twice a week, just twice a week for 13 weeks, for a couple of 13 weeks, twice a week. So we had so many people requesting, is it possible you just shrink? We are okay. We can actually come 8 times a week. So this is what we've done. We've come with 8 classes a week for our mental health first aid program. In here, you're going to study module 1, module 2, module 3, and module 4 at a go. So this is something that has taken our very first pioneers, the very first cohort, since September 2023. They're going to finish in December 2024. So we've been able now to shrink it to have module 1, 2, 3, and 4 all at a go. Allow me to explain it further. Does it mean that you need to come and do if you're not in a position to? You can still break it down. But the thing is, each and every semester from January to April, May to August, Sept to Dec, we'll always be offering, we do not want to call it a crash program, but the 4 modules at a go. So what will happen, you can choose the first semester, I'll do module 1, the second, I'll do 2 and 3, the last one, I'll do 4. Or you can just choose, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. So at any given point, we'll actually be able to offer any module, the 4 modules. So it's up to you. You can choose to have 1, 2, 3, 4. You run it for a couple of, I think that will take you 16 months. Someone else can choose 1 and 2, 3 and 4, again for 8 months. And if you actually want to be part of our USA trip 2025, you have no choice other than taking the 4 modules at a go. There is no exam. Please just relax. There is no exam. We know, we do understand. I've told you I'm a doctorate student, and I can tell you if there is something that gives me a dilemma, is exams. And this goes to everyone. We say students, they're always students. Whether you're in your preschool, whichever level you are at. And does it mean it's not worth it where there is no exam? No. What we do instead of going, because this is not an academic training, it's more of a professional training, we offer assessment. We love having assessment. Most of the time our assessments, they are 1-on-1 with our psychologist, just getting in. We do it twice. After the first 7 weeks, we get to evaluate you and to get to know how much have you learned, what of learning has triggered your life, where, the aspects of your life that you actually need to process, or the things. It's more of a therapy session, but it's more of what you are learning in class. Other than you bring in your personal issues, we are just discussing what we've learned in class to get to see, do you also as a person have unresolved issues? Because there is no way you're going to be a mental health first aider if you yourself, you still have some unresolved issues. So having said that, we are going to combine the 4 modules. So when we were discussing with these 4 institutions, it's okay. We decided as Allsmiles, what you're going to do, we will be taking our students to the USA. I know this is a part that many people really want to hear. But before I go to that, allow me to explain about the 4 modules. So our current cohort, of course, they came in at a very discounted rate. And if you registered, because I know some people came for either module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, then they dropped. Please just come continue. We are still going to charge you the same amount of money, Kenyan shillings, that is 7,000 per module. That's what we've been charging, right? Yeah, so that's 7,000 per module for this first cohort. However, if up to now you've not registered with us, it's going to be 60,000 per module. We allowed them almost 50% because it was our first module, our first cohort. That's why we were charging less. If you want to pursue the module, the mental health first aid module, the cost per module, the amount is 60,000, 60,000 per module. So that means if you have to do module 1, 2, 3, and 4 modules at a go, you'll have to pay 60 module 1, 60 module 2, 60 module 3, and 60 module 4, 240,000 Kenyan shillings for the 4 modules. And this will run from January to April 2025. However, if you happen to register within this month of November up to 15th November, we are going to offer you, please listen and listen carefully. If you happen to register between now and 15th December, we are going to offer you a clear 10% discount. So, and that is for someone who is paying all the 4 modules at a go. Please note, this will only apply to those coming in for the 4 modules at a go. You will enjoy a 10% discount. So other than paying 60, you'll actually pay 54, 54, 54, 54, and 54, 44. This will be 216,000 for the 4 modules happening between January and April 2025. If I were you, I would actually grab up this opportunity. And yes, what is in it for you? After going through the 4 modules, I'm taking you through just faster to get to know the things you'll be learning. After going through that, this comes with a certificate of participation, and we are accredited, I said, by TVET, also by NITA. NITA is National Industrial Training, is it association? By NITA. We are also NITA accredited trainers. So we are going to offer you certificate of participation after you complete this 4 module. One thing, once I take you through, you'll be able to see the 4 modules. If you are to pay per each and every section of the 4 modules, trust you me, these are things I see people paying for. Like 1 day conference, you are paying for like 70,000 just to learn a bit, not even a full module, maybe a quarter of the module. So we've actually discounted this. And this goes to everyone, anyone out there. As long as you are 18 years and above, be it you're a student, you've just cleared Form 4, you are working, and especially I've said people in HR and also psychologists out there, this is for you. Come and learn. And by learning, this will also, it's going to empower you more and to enrich and ensure that you have more skills even as you move forward in your practice. So yes, for a cost of 216,000, you will have certificate of 4 modules, module 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you'll have a chance to do this from January to April 2025. How will this happen? In 2 ways. We are going to have an evening that is, we call it part-time, not party, part-time or evening. So we'll have we'll have Monday and Tuesday module 1, Wednesday and Thursday module 2, Friday in the morning and Friday evening and Saturday morning module 3, Saturday mid-morning and Saturday afternoon module 4. Those are for people who want to do it after work in the evening and on Saturday. So this will only apply to the evening and Saturday classes. However, if you'd like to take the sessions during the day, we are also going to have on Tuesday, both days Tuesday from morning and mid-morning. It will only be a morning class. Morning and mid-morning, we are going to have module 1, Wednesday morning and mid-morning module 2, Thursday module 3, and Friday module 4. So just choose, do you want to study during the day, or do you want to have it in the evening and on Saturday? Have evening and Saturday classes, and we'll also have classes during the day. And by the way, you can choose to have module 1 during the evening, module 2, like you can mix them up. Also remember, I have told you, if you don't have the entire 216, if you come past 15th December, it will be 240. You don't have to sweat over it. You can still pay 60,000 per module. Just get to know at any given point during the year, we'll actually be offering all the 4 modules. So it's up to you to choose. So now, how is our USA trip coming in? I know this is the part that you're waiting to hear first. Disclaimer, Allsmiles is not an agent to take people to USA. Allsmiles is also not an agent to take people to go look for jobs. So please note this, Allsmiles is not an agent to take people to the USA. Allsmiles is not an agent to take people for jobs to the USA, neither to take you to the USA to go for schooling, and we are not. Completely, that's not part of what we do. Allsmiles is a mental health organization that sees people for psychotherapy, that is counseling from kids, teenagers, couples, everyone. Organization EAPs, we have rehabilitation, inpatient rehabilitation and treatment center. Yes, for anyone going through or suffering addiction or any other mental health disorder, we have a rehabilitation center, an inpatient rehabilitation center for that. And we also do boot camp. By the way, you should go and see our annual boot camp for boys to men. I'll not talk much about that. But for this particular trip, we are referring to our trainees, our learners, because Allsmiles is an accredited academic institution where we are a training institution and we offer diploma and certificates accredited by TVET, CDAC, and also we offer short courses and we are an accredited trainer by NITA. So having said that, we are offering this as a trip to our students. You must first be a learner, and that's why one of the things as we came up with this, we've established partnerships. They're there. We have invitation letters. Like, it's okay, bring your people. Allsmiles, we are happy to associate with Kenyans. We are happy to associate with Africans. Bring your people, let them come and learn from other psychologists, from other people in the mental health field. Let them also come with the knowledge, know-how, the multicultural, and bring them for trip. Just like the way we all went to school and we had the school trips. So we are only offering this as a school trip. Yes, I know the questions will be, so is the school fees inclusive of visa money? No. The money you are paying is purely for school fees, rather for the training, and you're going to get a certificate. Yes, that's okay. So what will happen, having established the relationship and having gotten a letter as an institution, we will help you facilitate to go to the embassy and get the visa. You will apply for visa on your own. Please note, we are not an agent to help people apply. Neither will we advocate you to go and look for someone to come and apply for you. We will have someone for this particular trip. We will have someone in charge who will actually have an entire session. They are telling us they'll need an entire session of 3 hours with everyone. So it will be, once we have a group that is now ready and due, they all join in and they apply for the visa together. Why is it necessary? You'll be told the requirements that you need. First, you need to have the photos. Passport is mandatory, so you need to have your passport. You also need to have the visa passport photo as per the visa requirement. So there is some things that you'll need to have. Then from there, you are told it's okay. So it will be, remember, not every student who will come will actually have an interest to go to the US. Remember, not every student will come will afford to go to the US. Remember, not every student will come that doesn't have a visa. Even right now, we have students with visa. But now for those who are coming and they would like to go for this trip, they'll be told by this date, and especially now for our team, January to April, I'm told most likely they will apply within the month of February, at the beginning of February. So that means if you register today, the next thing, if you don't have your passport and you want to go for the trip, please go and get your passport, because from February, it's when now people will apply for the visa. Now, you will all be told, have your copy of your passport. Don't bring it to Allsmiles. Have copy of your the visa required, passport photo. For that, I inquired, and actually we were told we can get someone who can come over and take the photo. So people can come, just come, you take the photo, you pay that person directly. You pay them, or you pay through a common collection point. They are paid. You all have the photos to ensure they all meet the requirements. You have your passport. For passport, hata sisi hatujui watu. You'll have to go to Nyayo House or to whichever Huduma Center is nearer to you. Go and apply. Just have your passport. So you will be guided. Now it's time to apply for visa. Why don't we want people to be helped by the agencies and all that? Not like we are limiting, but remember, we are taking people on an organization trip, as Allsmiles trip. We really do not want to have a lot of issues. We want it to be as authentic as possible. Go into your laptop, your machine, you are applying part 1, part 2, finish up, upload, it's all successful. I mean, as simple as that. Money for the visa, as it is, it's 24,975. I do not know. That is as per the embassy. I'm not so sure how much it will be by next year, February. That is 2025 February. But the money, it's payable directly to, I think it's Citibank pay bill or something for the US embassy. Yes, so there is no money as Allsmiles we are touching for visa. There is, of course, we inquired and we are told when you have a group of 5 people and above, you can actually have them apply individually as a group. And then when you're making the payment is still done individually, which means each and every person will have to make their payments on their own. But now for the visa, and this is the part that I really want to insist on, the visa part, the interview. So you can book and secure an interview date. Now, what the embassy does is they'll be able to see this is an entire institution as Allsmiles taking like 100 people for this trip. We don't have to have all the 100 people. Can we have representative come for the visa interview? And if the representative, they sail through, everyone gets a visa. Alternatively, they can say, can we have representative? However, for this number of people, like they can select, I'm just using a number, 100 people. So from the 100, we want these 20 people, let them come and represent themselves for various reasons. They can just randomly decide to pick on people. Most of the time, I'm told it's done randomly. Really not because you applied before you are denied, or not because so many people in your family, they've gone or anything. At time they just see how many people from this organization, how sure are we it's legit? Are they just going for the trip? Or are they really people in that institution? Were they students, or they're just a group of people, they've come up together and decided to go for this? So they might choose randomly from their 100. Please, I'm just using a guess figure. I know it can be 10, it can be 1,000,000, it can be 1,000. So they say from this number of people, they say 17 to just come, and these 3 or this number of people come and represent the rest of the team. That's one option. Another option is everyone to apply on their own, everyone to book their own dates for the interview, and now from there we compare who passed and who didn't. Please note, we are not guaranteeing you to get a visa. First, we are not attorney, neither are we lawyers when it comes to matters immigration. We've not been given any license by the embassy to do this, as we are talking about the invitation and the partnership we have there with association and organizations in America, and they're offering this to our learners, our students. So please, if you're not a student, don't call saying you want to go to the US. Come pay school fees, learn. We are only going to pay. If you've done one module, you don't qualify. There is a reason why we are doing this, because also we want to ensure we do things right. If you're coming in for diploma or for certificate, you must be done with your coursework. During that internship time, it's only when you can qualify to be part of this USA trip. And that's why we can actually have our mental health first aid for only a period of 4 months, January to February to April 2025, and all through May to August. It's only that now for 2025 trip, we plan to have it in the month of August. We'll be going to Denver, USA, God willing, in August 2025. And so the people who will be eligible, number one, they are people who are already in class and completing their module 4. These are our very first pioneer cohort. They know themselves. And we'll also be getting in touch with them. We'll let them know. So them, they automatically qualify. In fact, if I'm in that cohort and you do not, if in that cohort you don't have your passport, go and get it. You're not paying anything else towards Smile. You've already paid your school fees, and that was enough. That was enough. You paid your school fees since Sept last year up to this. But if you never did all the 4, if maybe you joined through module 2, module 3, you'll have to wait and do the module 1. It's once you're done with the 4 modules, and that's why also other people who will qualify, there are people who are going to join now and study from January to April 2025 and pay for the 4 modules that are go, because by the time you go there, you will have your certificate. So we only want people who have finalized and they've cleared fee paying and they have their certificate, so you automatically qualify. Have explained about the embassy. It's by luck. One thing I've seen, because I am a student at USIU Africa, and I know even I did my master's there, and I know USIU, they also take their students for psychology to search, different, they've also partnered with different associations, they take them, it's part of the exposure. And so one thing that I've seen is most of the time for organizations, it's very easy even for you to get visa, because you are going there, it's a school trip, it's business, or rather it's a conference for the learners. Please note, this is not is it called F1 visa? You're not going there for an academic trip. You are going there for a conference. Hence, what we'll be applying for will actually be B1 visa. For B1 visa, which is business stroke conference. Yeah, for business stroke conference. It's only that we are all learners at Allsmiles, but we'll be going not to any school, not for an academic exchange program. No. It's just going for a psychological and mental health conference. Get to learn. It gives you the global exposure out there. So you have no reason of not visiting USA. I know most people will say, then after going. So before you go, there is another cost. You pay for visa money on your own. Then we will also organize, given the numbers. Have said, I visited US. For us, it was very easy. It was just me and director. We just walked into some of these airlines. We discussed their rates and all that. We were given the rates. We did the booking.com. That's how we booked our accommodation. And at some point, we did the Airbnb. So it worked for us. However, when you have such a team and as an organization, it's very, very hard to do that. So we'll also be open when that time comes. If you are out there, a tour and travel organization, and you can actually work for this event, giving us the best rates that we can't get when we walk to the airlines directly, giving us the best rates that we can't get when we go to the booking.com and the rest. I mean, nowadays we have everything. Yeah, we'll not shy away from working with you. So what I mean for the people who will be traveling, we'll be telling you the cost. But someone did the cost and they were saying, like for 1 week, because we plan to have our trip to be a trip for at least 11 days trip. So, sorry, for the 11 days trip, have an accommodation fee of around 120,000. And now you have the transport. So let's say on top of paying for the fee for you to qualify, and on top of paying the 24,975 as per now the visa fee, you will need to have an extra around 300,000 Kenyan shillings, which will cater for your air tickets, your accommodation. Of course, our conference will normally run for, let's say, 4 days. We have the 3 solid days and we have the day before for registration and all. But again, why do you need to be out there for 11, 12, 13 days? Is not just to visit for conference. We also want people, if like now we'll be going to Denver, we want to know the tourist attraction places. We went to Washington. We saw so many things. We visited so many places. Please go to Trizah Kainika YouTube channel. You'll be able to see the places we visited. How cool. I mean, it could have been so cool if we went even with a team of our students and they get to visit. So we just want to make the best out of this trip. That's why it's a business, because of the conference, come tourism, but we are going to fill the business conference, the B1 visa. You'll of course be guided. What else is in need for you apart from visiting? First, if you get this visa, you'll have USA visa for the next 5 years. I got my visa this year, had never visited US. In fact, it was never in my bucket list because I never thought I would ever get there. I have my visa until 2029. So this will help you get your 5-year visa, which means after you come back, any other time you may want to go on your own, be it now to visit, be it now to do anything else, you can always go without the visa barriers. That's number one. Why visit? I mean, am I not talking of a partnership? I'm here talking about partnership that we created back then. I've also told you, maybe some of you that are watching this video, you are psychologist at Allsmiles, is someone from Sweden. Those are also other partnership. Partnership, you can see we've created two-way partnership. They are coming here, and we are also, we have a privilege of going there. So you can equally go and create a partnership. So before, I'll still be referring to USIU because it's where I have school. By the way, USIU, they've not sponsored this. They've got nothing to do with this. I am just speaking by virtue of being their student because I'm pursuing there my clinical psychology at doctorate level. I'm pursuing it there. I also do my master's there. So I interacted with some people, and one person was telling me they did their internship somewhere in UK, United Kingdom, and it's from a contact they made when they went with the school to the USA trip. So you go to USA, you meet your next employer. That is very much possible. So for our learners, when you go there, have an open mind. Yes, join the conference, ensure you learn. They always have an exhibition floor. Like for APA, they had an entire floor. Up to now, I'm not yet done doing emails to these people. So first, pursue. That's why you're going there with your certificate in your pocket as a mental health first aider. Pursue. You might get the next employer is just right there, and maybe someone who is even ready to sponsor for your work visa. Just enjoy the conference and at the same time make the best out of it. In Washington, we met everyone. So you might meet someone, your next employer. I'm not saying that you're not okay with your employment here, but hey, there is so many opportunities in the US, a lot of opportunity from employment to everything. Some people might be having interest in studying abroad. You're also going to meet all these universities. They'll all be there, and mostly universities offering psychology, they were all there ready even for the exchange program. But remember, you're not going under F1 visa or any study visa, you're going for the conference. So the max they can do is you have your visit visa, we can help you convert these two, or you can go back and you apply. It's so easy. When you visited, then you come back, you visit, you create contact, then you come back and you pursue. Why? Because you will have your visa with you, so it will be so easy. Whether you want to go work, you want for internship, you want to go for school, or for whichever reason, it will be that time. So the much I'm telling you is there is so much to learn during the conference. I personally learned a lot during this year's conference, and there will still be so much. So how many people see you in Denver? But before then, I'll have seen you in class here at Allsmiles Therapy Center and Training Institute. So have made it clear our USA trip is now real in the year 2025. And the very first point that is Allsmiles as an institution, this will be the second Allsmiles trip. The very first one took myself, and it took our director and myself, both of us, we visited Washington. And now we're going to have a bigger one where we are now privileged, thanks to the connection we made, thanks to the partnership, thanks to me staying there for 6 good weeks. So we're going now to have our learners, our students also visit. Our students visit USA. Our first destination will be Denver in August 2025, but you need to start now. Come join our program, and this is something that will be happening yearly. Please note, I am only referring to American Psychological Association conference, that is annual, that brings all the psychologists in the entire globe. We also have 3 other institutions, but of course there is so much we want to know, because one is mainly interested in people in research. So we felt we really need now to see from our students who might be having an interest in research, and also they come up with work to go and do a presentation. So this may not really be an entire trip for everyone who is our student. We are going to have a research club. So this trip will mainly fit those who will join our research club, and we'll be able to see, do we only accommodate our student, or do we even get other people for research from outside? We also have 2 others. One is mainly on child psychology. So we'll also be seeing how to go about it, and also the other one. So we already have plenty of these conferences. What do I mean? Should we get enough numbers joining between January to April 2025, and not everyone qualifies to go for this August, they can still hold on, and maybe we plan for another one. Like was just telling the team, had we gotten people or planned for this, we actually have a conference starting tomorrow in New York. Starting tomorrow in New York. We were invited as Allsmiles, but unfortunately, we will not be sending anyone there because first, we had not planned for it. So no one has gone to the embassy to apply for their visa. And also, this applies to anyone. Even if you're out there, you have your visa, you do not know, and you still feel you want to visit USA. I know so many people would like to go to America and maybe just visit and come back. This is your opportunity, but you first need to be a student at Allsmiles. Having said that, here are our contacts. Please contact us. Just come and share this video with many people of interest. And please note, disclaimer still remains. We are not an agency to take people to the USA. We are not an agency for visa. We are not an agency for people going abroad, as we are only offering a conference, a business conference trip to our students here at Allsmiles Therapy Center and Training Institute. My name is Trizah Kainika, and thank you so much. And always remember, no health without mental health. So see you in the USA, Denver, August 2025. But before then, see you in class in the month of January 2025. Bye-bye.